Today's video is on the Keynesian model of aggregate supply. In the new classical model, we assumed that wages change to match price level. In the Keynesian model, wages do increase when aggregate demand is strong and when unemployment is low. However, in a recessionary gap, wages don't fall easily. This is because of labour contracts, minimum wage legislation and labour union resistance, which makes it hard for firms to cut wages. This means that price level won't fall, as if wages don't fall, cutting prices would harm profits. Also, large firms fear price wars, where if one firm lowers their price to capture market shares, another will too, and they both become worse off. Here's a Keynesian aggregate supply curve, which we will analyze in three sections. First is the horizontal section, which occurs in the recessionary gap. Second is as the economy approaches potential output. And finally is the vertical section. Notice that potential output is in the curvy bit of the curve and not in the vertical bit. So why is the curve horizontal in a recessionary gap? So if aggregate demand falls, the economy moves to Y2. We have established that because wages don't fall in a recessionary gap, firms won't lower their prices. Hence, there's only a fall in GDP with no change in price level, giving a horizontal shape. Remember that in the new classical model, falling wages cause the short-run aggregate supply curve to shift right, automatically moving the economy back to YP. In the Keynesian model, wages don't fall, so this can't happen. The economy therefore stays stuck in a recessionary gap unless there's government intervention. Spare capacity during a recession also makes this part of the curve horizontal. In a recessionary gap, there is unemployment of resources and lots of spare capacity, which is physical capital that's not being used. Firms can increase their output by employing these unemployed resources without having to bid up their resource prices, and hence there's no need to increase the overall prices for the product. Section 2 of the curve is upward sloping. As firms increase output, spare capacity depletes, which is known as a resource bottleneck. This forces firms to bid up resource prices in order to acquire these, increasing their cost of production. As they increase output, they need to increase their prices to maintain profits. So growing output comes with increases in price level as the economy approaches potential output. So at potential output, unemployment is at the natural rate. However, unemployment can fall below the natural rate, and output can carry on increasing until maximum capacity output, which is where all resources are 100% employed. At maximum capacity output, the curve becomes vertical, as output can't be increased anymore. All resources in the economy are being 100% used, they're fully employed, so any attempt to increase output will only increase price level. So that's it, but what are the key conclusions? Wages don't fall, so economy gets stuck in the recessionary gap. It won't automatically move back to potential output like it does in the new classical model. Hence, the government needs to use expansionary demand-side policies to do this. Secondly, when the economy is in a recession, these expansionary demand-side policies won't cause an increase in the price level. They'll only lead to increases in GDP.